Come take a bite out of the Big Apple, New York City. In this episode, a multi-million-dollar townhouse in Chelsea gets gasp-worthy gorgeous. An abandoned home in Brooklyn becomes an eccentric extravaganza. We'll tread carefully through a wild water world in Gramercy Park. And a minimalist penthouse on the Upper East Side embraces color in the concrete jungle. This is Real Houses of New York City. Start spreading the news. There's only one New York. The city of skyscrapers, big-ticket shows, bridges, and the world's largest subway system. But the Big Apple is more than a backdrop for movies and dreams. From the lofts of Manhattan to the brick houses of Brooklyn, NYC is the place more than 8 million people call home. It doesn't get much cooler than Chelsea, a neighborhood on the west side of Manhattan, with galleries, boutiques, theaters, and of course, the iconic Chelsea Hotel. Brick townhouses are a big part of Chelsea style. This one belongs to designer Betsy Morgan. Sure, it's gorgeous outside, but get ready, you ain't seen nothing yet. This OMG home is soaked in sumptuous magazine-perfect style. Betsy gave the 5,500 square foot townhouse an epic makeover.
I love this room because it feels like a loft to me. It's so wide open and light colored, and I love the really big skylight.
Betsy's all about that zen. The carpets and upholstery in this urban oasis are the colors of beach sand. White glass sculpture adorns the coffee table. And to bring some beautiful blue into the room, she commissioned a huge painting of the ocean. Cool waves, hot fireplace.
Because it's a gas fireplace, it's just like turning a TV on. Takes 2 seconds and you've got instant atmosphere.
This home ought to be in pictures, and it is. It's a dreamy backdrop for world-class photography. Betsy hosts magazine and movie shoots.
I've had the opportunity to meet Cindy Crawford, Faith Hill, Jacqueline Smith.
Next to the dining area is the sleek contemporary kitchen. The cabinetry features minimalist slab doors, while Betsy further expands the space via cleverly concealed appliances and a mirrored backsplash.
I just love a very uncluttered look. I feel more at ease when I'm not seeing clutter everywhere.
From the kitchen, there's a great sight line to this spiral staircase. The stainless steel stunner is the centerpiece of the home.
And I love this part here, how it's clad in the ebonized wood, because it gives you that graphic zigzag pattern, and it just kind of punches it all up.
The staircase winds to the parlor floor. This ritzy room of glass has custom-built bookcases, animal skin rugs, and leopard print accents. Down the hall, the master bedroom would make anyone feel like they're living in a fairy tale. The marble fireplace is juxtaposed with modern mirrored side tables.
I kind of feel like I'm in Paris when I'm in this room.
From the left bank to the south end, Betsy didn't want to disturb the flow of the living room, so she took the TV downstairs. The basement was a wreck, but she saw potential for an amazing media room. Not everyone shared her vision.
And my husband thought I was insane. He went to Las Vegas for a conference, and I got some construction guys in and we started working on it, and it's a perfect man cave.
A pretty cool mom, daughter, and honey cave, too. Back up on the main floor, this door leads to the ultimate escape from New York. Betsy's garden is a green oasis.
No one can believe that we're in Manhattan. It just feels so quiet and removed from the hustle and bustle of city life. We've strung up some lights. They're just so beautiful at night.
Betsy's magnificent made-over townhouse is one of the design gems of Chelsea.
It sets my mood, it inspires me, it makes me feel alive. It's very important to me to design my own house and have it be exactly the way I want it to be.
Coming up next, we play a game of Spot the Monkey And later, the most precariously placed bed in the city that never sleeps. Crown Heights is a neighborhood of 150,000 people in the middle of Brooklyn. It's had its share of poverty and crime, but now there's a renaissance of style. Photographers Jeremy and Cassandra's prized brick two-story is a fab utopia for their family of four that's as high on heart as it is design.
With this project, we always saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, at least I did. She had a few moments where like, what are we doing?
At the heart of the home is the elegantly comfortable living room that combines a tufted leather sofa and a neutral palette. The white ribbon is a sculpture by a family friend, and there's a whisper of old Brooklyn brick behind the flames.
It's a big, beautiful fire, but it's ethanol, and it's smokeless, and it burns biofuel.
It was the first thing he bought before we even closed on the house.
While the home may sparkle now, a few years ago it was a lonely, empty, vandalized wreck.
It just seemed like every time I came over, there was something new that was getting demoed.
With repairs completed, Cass chose this one-of-a-kind natural beauty from the 70s. It's made from burl, an outgrowth on a tree.
Jeremy was actually forced into buying me a large piece of log furniture because he lost a bet that we made. It was amazing to finally hit pay dirt.
Right next to the living room, the do-it-yourself dining area glows beneath this one-of-a-kind pendant light. Jeremy crafted this slab table by hand. These nail heads spell family in Braille, while pops of black provide dimension to the open-concept kitchen. The floor with its radical tiles is gallery perfect, and this soapstone counter is totally cutting edge.
This used to be a boxed-in room, so it's a real difference from when we first walked in and saw this to what it is now.
Speaking of boxes, another one of Jeremy's creations sits between the kitchen and dining room. It holds the couple's collection of LPs. They call it the coffin box. Got any Grateful Dead in there? The main level is calm and classy, but a dance of dazzling triangles leads you upstairs to a wild world of color. This white and gold extravaganza is the polka dot room.
Upstairs, we really wanted to do just something fun.
I said, let's make it gold. Because
Basically,
I mean,
that's how it happened.
when the sun is shining in here, all of the gold spots really playfully reflect each other, and the space just really comes to life.
The polka dots go all the way up to this stunning ceiling medallion, and all the way down to the family's antique dog. The papier-mâché pooch is from a shop in upstate New York. You won't find a TV in this house. This family rocks the 70s vibe with their turntable. There's even a foosball table Jeremy jazzed up with black matte paint. It gives the family a ton of weekend fun. Game, anyone? Behind the sliding polka dot door, the master bedroom is a study in eclectic textures, combining a motley mix of modern, Victorian, and overt jungle elements.
We wanted our bedroom to be a real sanctuary, away from the kids, away from external noise.
The mixed palette creates a magical retreat for busy parents in the big city. At the end of this hall, there's a room where the whole family monkeys around.
The monkey room.
The monkey room?
Yeah.
For the monkey room, for lack of a better term.
Why the monkey room? If you look closely at the wallpaper, you'll spot a monkey hanging out in those leaves. The room is all about reclamation, with reclaimed wood and junk store finds on the wall. And, oh yes, a rowing machine for locating that lost fountain of youth. Next to that, how's this for a little girl's room? Instead of playing with pink, it has a gold 4-poster bed with pineapple finials. The precious woven light is a beautiful contrast to the black and gold cubism wallpaper. Luella and her sister had a say about the decor.
You know, we'd let them pick out wallpaper, you know?
To a certain degree.
Top to bottom, Cass and Jeremy's Brooklyn pad is the eclectic, comfortable home they wanted it to be. It's this family's version of picture perfect. Coming up, we take a walk on the wild and wet side in a Midtown loft. And later, there's a green invasion on Manhattan's Upper East Side. Gramercy Park is a feast of 19th century townhouses and a 2-acre botanical paradise so exclusive you need a key to get in. David Ling built his live-work space across the street from an old precinct in the heart of the neighborhood.
When I started to think about the space, I wanted to make my own world.
When entering David's world, you take a casual walk through his design office and come to a bridge.
We removed the floor from this area here to create a zone, a two-story space.
It's a 3-second commute from work to the spectacular open-concept main living area. The star of the kitchen is this 18-foot-long black concrete counter. It's a $12,000 homage to sci-fi cinematic greatness.
The kitchen counter is really inspired by Kubrick's 2001 black monolith that the apes were curious about.
Smooth idea, Dave. To balance the hard lines of the kitchen counter with organic curves, David has chosen a unique raw-edged walnut table crafted by designer Mira Nakashima.
I think if there was a fire in the space, I would have to quickly ask a couple cops to come in and help me cart out the Nakashima table.
And on the concrete floor, there's a little piece of Japan, a tatami mat made of rice straw.
I love the texture and the colors.
The living room is warmed up with elements like exposed ceiling beams and a tufted leather sofa. David designed this hanging chair for humans, but it turned into a funky feline lair.
May hangs out there. She kind of adopted that throne, that chair, as hers.
The space is a radical showcase for opposites, like this ultra-edgy piece.
I love the different scales that the piece has. Urban, sort of cityscape-ish. There's a little bit of nature in it as well.
Beneath the sculpture's sharp edges, this beauty is all curves. A red-hot chaise lounge.
I designed myself and won the Future Furniture Award. It's called Reclining Nude.
Further peeling off the layers, David loves this naturally distressed wall of blue.
There's a certain rawness and rusticity to it that I really thought was strong.
The wall's texture shimmers in this Japanese pool filled with river rocks.
One of my dearest clients was wearing a velvet shoe, and she stepped right into the water.
When night falls, David crosses the pool carefully and heads to the loft. The bedroom is a cantilevered platform with no rail. Don't look down if you're afraid of heights.
I had my ankles clamped to the edge of the bed because I was petrified. You know, here I create this thing, and now I have to literally sleep in it.
This space-age pad makes room for history with a Swedish folk art chair and a leather suitcase David's mother carried with her from China. But it's back to the future with this surreal sculpture. Surprise, this is a shower.
Kind of body sprays, a hand shower, regular shower. Yeah, I like water.
And here's a slick concept. This stainless steel throne was salvaged from an upstate prison.
It's indestructible.
Charge this man with imagination in the first degree. From the Hollywood-inspired kitchen to the one-of-a-kind designs, Ling's loft is off the charts wild. Just the way he likes it.
It's important to be really honest with yourself in what you love. Because only then can you really be, I think, happy over a longer course of time as opposed to happy for a short period of time that you followed a trend.
Coming up, Where does this red staircase lead in an Upper East Side penthouse? Find out next. Manhattan's Upper East Side is one of the poshest neighborhoods on the planet and a real estate market for the upper crust. An apartment can cost millions. At her penthouse on East 68th Street, Swedish designer Cecilia de Peer has a first-class view of the city that never sleeps.
It was a long dream of mine to live in New York because it's this city that you filled with dreams and energy that you, if you have a chance, you want to live and explore.
When you walk in, you find a kitchen in dazzling disguise.
I wanted the kitchen to be kind of as pure and not directly be seen as a kitchen directly when you come in.
So where's the fridge? In a drawer, of course. The stove vent retracts, and forget clunky upper cabinets. They're so last century. This mirror wall reflects the New York sun and the magazine-worthy living room.
While I'm cooking, I can look out the south outside, and I can at the same time talk with my guests.
Cecilia breaks down barriers to beauty. She demolished the wall between the kitchen and living room to create a glam open living space. She raised the doorways, and the linen designer sofa is just 13 inches tall, making the ceiling seem higher. There are no curtains hiding the huge windows, and dark, gloomy walls, not in this penthouse.
I like very much to use white to enhance the space and the volumes, and also to kind of let the color of the flat be the outside scenery, which is very different in the morning compared to the evening and the night.
Bright lights, big city. But when Cecilia first began her high-rise makeover, the space barely warranted a Bronx cheer. It was totally stuck in the 80s. She saved it with a $500,000 renovation that took 6 months. The place was scary when it was ripped apart, but now it's a streamlined, sassy showpiece of modern design. Now that's makeover magic. From drab to fab, Cecilia likes to play with pops of color. The monochromatic oil painting is by a Swedish artist. The luscious lime bench is one of Cecilia's designs. And this red-hot designer chair from Holland is funky and felt.
Even if it looks very square, it's kind of perfect to sit in. And what I love with it is this kind of detailing.
The penthouse proves modern design has room for history and heart. These Swedish chairs are 200 years old. And Cecilia has a soft spot for this embroidered pillow.
It's my mother that have done it, so of course it's very dear to me.
The glass modular table from Italy makes a display of books look like art. And in this penthouse, you're walking all over a piece of Europe. The 14-foot-long boards are Scandinavian white oak. The chic spare design flows into the dining area, where all her stuff is stylishly stashed.
I decided to kind of put it a little bit further away. These are the top cabinets of the kitchen, where you can have, where I have storage.
Top to bottom, that's a great idea. Just around the corner, Cecilia gave a dark plain hallway a shot of gorgeous, with soft recessed lighting and modern art. This space is about the interplay of lines.
So I would say that the lines in the ceiling, the lines of the walls, and the lining of the paintings, and then the linings of the wooden floor.
At this end of the hall, the master bedroom luxuriates in light and simplicity. Next to that, it's 16-year-old Julia's room, with a floating white desk designed by Mom and a private terrace. How cool is that?
You can actually see probably from 20th Street up to 100th Street. So it's kind of a typical New York view, which is fantastic.
Across the hall, this bathroom is bathed in luxury and sheathed in a mosaic of opalescent tiles. There are no straight lines in here, just feminine curves.
turned it into a sculptural bathroom. So actually everything is like curved. There are no harsh angles.
The penthouse is a snow-white study in modern simplicity. But Cecilia loves playing with green and passionate crimson.
I like very much like white, but I like also to have, pops, things that are a little bit like my personality. I don't so expected.
The staircase to the second floor of the penthouse used to be blah. Cecilia fired it up with red.
It is a regular stair, but I just thought it was fun to make it red because it kind of pops it out.
At the top of the stairs, there's a home office in the Manhattan sky. Cecilia designed the tiered chandelier in crystals and silk. And get ready to gasp. Right through this door, it's Cecilia's little green universe, with geraniums, ferns, trendy faux grass, and a slat-style aluminum bench.
It's just a really nice place for us to be together as a family, or me and my friends, and it's really nice and relaxing.
But also that I can go out and I can come out with socks, and it's just soft and nice, and it almost feels like I'm on a little picnic in the countryside.
The picnic turns to pensive pleasure after dark.
It gives us a certain strange magic to it.
Cecilia's dream penthouse changes as the light of day draws to a close.
For me, a home is something that is ever-changing, but it's also that mixture that makes the beauty.
Sky high or down to earth, monochromatic or wild with color, the real houses of New York are cutting-edge cool, big city beautiful, and never afraid to make a statement. To find out more, go to WNetwork.com/Real Houses Off.